this is on baby carriers, obviously. And there's 4 basic types I found. The ring sling, which you said you have. So my ring sling is different than yours, Dr. Doug. It's a softer fabric than yours. And it's just a long piece of fabric with 2 rings,
Yeah,
which you know. It's worn over one shoulder, and you can do a front carry, a hip carry, or a back carry, which
A back carry?
I have no idea how to do that one, but I guess certain slings can do it.
I don't think mine can.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
And I guess it would take a lot of skill.
Yeah.
The pros, it's easy on and easy off. Easy to breastfeed in, and
Yes, I learned
got your built-in cover.
that. Yeah.
It can be worn by people of different sizes easily. It can be difficult to learn. I never felt comfortable with it with my newborns, but
It's, yeah.
when they get a
I think
little
so.
older,
Once you-
I feel a little more secure with them. One of the cons is the weight's all on one shoulder, which, I don't know, do you have anything?
No, as long as it crosses, that's fine.
As long as it crosses,
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't.
crosses because it distributes the weight
Oh,
better. You're still
alright.
shifting off to the side a bit. It's
Yeah.
not the most perfect, but a lot of times you can actually, even though it's a ring sling off to the side, you can still carry more
In the
so
front, yeah.
in front, so it's not too stressful.
As baby gets bigger, they tend to get more uncomfortable than some of the other ones because some of the other ones have padding on the shoulders. So if you are looking for a secure nursing carry for a newborn, I guess the ring sling's a good choice. Quick hip carry for an older child, it's a good choice. And just share the carrier between people of very different sizes.
Mhm.
So, does
No,
your
I never-
husband
He doesn't wear.
know any of them?
No, he never
No.
has.
Yeah.
Why not?
Usually because he always gets to get out of the house without the babies.
Yeah.
I do all my stuff while he's at work, so. But I have never figured out how to nurse a newborn or to carry them securely in the ring sling. Now my toddlers, or when they got to be maybe a little younger than him, my daughter that's gonna be 7 soon, she used to, when we would go to the store, just pull it out of the bag when she wanted to nurse. So I would put it on and she would nurse vertically, just, through the store while we were shopping. So it was great for them.
I've never seen someone nurse in that. Can you sort of demonstrate pretending there's a child?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab your teddy bear.
That's fine.
So, and then the legs would come out and around, and their butt just goes in there.
So it is a vertical upright breastfeed, just like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And I guess this would be the other way. Ooh, I made
Other
it
side.
back click. And then you can throw this up and over.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Great. I've never seen anybody actually demonstrate the breastfeeding in the ring.
I have a friend that's very good at it.
Yeah. Shannon doesn't care for the ring sling. That's the one that I use all the time.
Yeah. I use my boba all the time.
Uh-huh. And you have the boba here?
Mhm. I have 2 bobas here.
Cool.
I apparently really like the boba. I couldn't find my Moby, but my boba wrap is the same thing,
Mhm.
pretty much. And there's the baby. So, if you want the baby really close, a good way to do it.
Okay, because I always try to put the baby like this, I guess. Maybe that's why I didn't feel secure.
Yeah.
Because I know it's really painful.
When yeah, I can't carry an infant in the wrap. It's just, it doesn't seem very, it almost seems like they're suffocating
Yeah.
in there. But yeah, definitely, Like right now, when I carry loop, I put him in like that. So it's basically almost like an ergo style. The hips and legs are going up like this, but I just sort of shift him up to the side. And he's just upright,
And
very similar
sling?
to what that, yeah, just like what that baby looks like there. But the laying down, yeah, that's really, it doesn't sit well.
Yeah. And the pouch carry is pretty much the same
That one doesn't
thing.
look safe to me.
Yeah. The pouch carries are just a loop of fabric. I don't have this one with me. Birth through early toddlerhood, depending on how big the baby is, I guess, because there's only so much room there.
Right.
There's no adjusting it. And you can do a front carry or a hip carry. And that's obviously a hip carry. It's sized to fit the wearer, so it's if you're not the same size as somebody else, they can't use it. They're simple to use, easy on and off, more compact, so it can fit in the diaper bag a little easier. They're not adjustable. The weight's all on one shoulder again. And they tend to get uncomfortable as baby gets bigger and if you wear them for a longer period of time. And you would want to choose a pouch carrier because it's a super simple option. If you have a child that likes to get up and down a lot, because you're just popping them in and popping them out. And it's great for quick carries. So, a wrap. I love the wrap for newborns. It's a super long piece of fabric. That's all it is. It's stretchy. I have my boba, which is the same as the Moby.
But that one you can wear on the back too, right?
No, you can't wear the stretchy ones on the back. There's, you can wear the ones that are a solid fabric and not stretchy on the back.
Because when I originally bought the Moby, I thought you could wear it on the back too.
No. They tie around the hips and shoulders, and you can carry them in the front or on your hip, which I haven't figured out the hip carry with the Moby because I only use it when they're little.
Yeah, I haven't tried it because I bought it when I was pregnant for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got pregnant 4 months later, so we
Yeah.
didn't get to that point.
Yeah. Pros, it works well for newborns. It can be put on once and you can go in and out. Baby can go in and out. Like you said, you would want to put it on at home usually.
I have noticed that you have to tighten it even
Yeah.
after a couple of times you take them out.
Yeah. It conforms to the wearer and the baby's body, so it really is a snug fit as long as you have it tight. Yeah. It can be difficult to learn. It's definitely got a high learning curve. Difficult to keep off the ground when flying outside, but I couldn't keep it off the ground. And it's not fast to throw on, which I'm sure you've learned.
Yeah. So it's one of those that I made the mistake before. I always tie mine in the back, and I used a public restroom and forgot to pull up.
Oh no.
And when I went to sit down in that chair, like I was all wet, and I'm like, why am I all wet? And I'm like, ew. I had to rush home and wash this.
Tuck those tails. It's a great carrier for a newborn. It's my favorite one for a newborn. And you're able to put the carrier on and leave it on throughout the day. So those are the reasons why you would choose a wrap. And here's the instructions. I can show you. Which you
I know how to do
know
it.
how to do it, but
I don't know how to nurse in it. I haven't figured that out. You don't either.
yeah. My friend that can nurse in anything can nurse in this too. So you put that in the middle and then over your shoulders. And just want to make sure this doesn't get crossed in the back. Because otherwise it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And you put it through there.
And I find it more comfortable too when it's folded more like that instead of bunched like that one is.
Yeah. And then crisscross.
Which just takes more time after it's folded. Yeah.
And you can tie it in the front or the back. It depends on your size. Sometimes I can tie it in the front. Depends on how much I ate that day. And then a baby. So you would take baby and support baby better than I'm supporting bear. Ooh. And then squeeze over.
That's the adjust a bear, by the way. He's supposed to click.
Adjust the bear. And then that's it.
Now you said there were non-flexible ones or non-stretchy ones?
There's ones that aren't stretchy, and
So-
those are the ones that you can do a back carry, but
So I see how the elasticity makes it obviously nice and snug and easy
Yeah.
to pre-wrap and then put the baby in after.
Yeah.
How do the non-stretchy ones, is there a little give to them?
there's not give to them. You've got to leave room. So you've really got to, it's a bigger learning curve.
Yeah.
Because you've got to know how much room to leave for the baby.
Okay.
And then just pull them out. And then just make sure that's centered, and you can put them in and out as much as you want. The Mai Tai. You said you have a Mai Tai.
Maybe, I thought it was, maybe it's just the ring sling. I don't know. It was like the first one. So
Okay.
maybe it's not my time.
It's a rectangular piece of fabric with 4 straps, 2 for the waist and 2 for your shoulders. They're good for birth through preschool, and it ties around your shoulders and hips. And you can do a front carry or a back carry. So this baby's on the front and this baby's on the back. And it's a magic picture. The pros, they're adjustable, one size fits all, comfortable for long carries, and can easily fit into a diaper bag. The cons, if you don't like to tie knots, probably not your carrier. The long straps can drag on the ground. It's kind of like a wrap. You've got to tie the straps around, so you've got to be careful. Make sure they don't get in the toilet. They're harder to get in and out of, and they're not ideal for infants. You would want to choose the Mai Tai if you want a versatile carrier, a carrier that can be used for long periods of time, or a carrier that can be used in various positions. And this just shows how they wrap it. So, see how it's got the long straps to it? So it kind of is like the Moby and a soft carrier all in one.
Yeah.
And that's a back carry with the Mai Tai. So you can do either one. And the soft structured carriers, which are my favorite when they get older. Do you have one like this?
I don't.
No. It's a rectangular piece of fabric, but it has buckles instead of the ties. So it's like the modern Mai Tai. So this is mine. And it's birth through preschool. I can still put my 3, almost 4-year-old in it if I want to. Not that he likes it, but that's just because he wants to be up and running around. You can do a front or a back carry. You don't do a hip carry with your ergo, right?
No, I think it's possible.
It's
Though,
possible.
and I've never looked into it though.
It's possible, but awkward, I guess. They're easy to use, adjustable, comfortable even for older children. You feel secure in them. The padding and buckles can be bulky. Like, it's not an easy one to throw in your diaper bag, depending on, you have the ergo. Is it a little less?
No, in fact, if anything, it looks a little more.
A little more. They can be difficult to put your baby on the back.
You have an ergo, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you do? Someone who I think that was it. But yeah, this has
Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah.
Actually, it's almost identical.
Yeah.
A couple more pockets. This one has a little hood. Each have
Mine has the hood, but
Yeah.
it's not
We've
on.
barely ever used it.
Yeah.
But anyways, the hood's pretty cool because if the baby is asleep and the head's just sort of flopping around, you can just scoop the head up in that, and then it straps onto the straps up here, so it just keeps the baby's head upright and in there. Or if it's, if it's sunny, you don't want to get the sun in their eyes or something like that, you can put it on as well.
And my hood attaches in here. There's another one somewhere. But I don't have it on because my baby's older, so
Yeah.
he doesn't use it as much. You would want to choose a soft carrier if you like the functionality of the Mai Tai, but don't want to tie. It's a sturdy carrier for hiking and long walks, and to carry an older child who is still light enough to carry. So if you have a little one that doesn't like to walk, it'd be a good choice if you don't want a stroller. Okay. So this is how baby goes in. And then you just buckle in the back. That's it. So they're super easy.
Yeah.
And they just fill out in here. And this is the boba. With the ergo, you've got to have an infant insert. With this one, we just flip this. I haven't done this in a while. And buckle it. Let me think. This way. Yeah, I think so. No, that's not right. Somehow you flip this and buckle it.
I think the way. Flip it the other way.
The other way?
Hold it like that, but flip it this way. Yeah.
This way.
Exactly. It's just to make it smaller, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. And then a baby can go in here. And you don't want the baby's legs dangling.
So it would be all bunched
It
up.
would, yeah, like the Moby. So. But with the ergo, you've got to buy the insert, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the soft carrier. And then why not to do forward facing? You see the carriers that have the baby facing out. There's no head or neck support for the sleeping infant, so they're hobbling around. Like with these ones, you've got the hood, and with the other ones, you can pull them up over their heads. Their legs and pelvis and hips are not supported. It's just not a good posture for the baby. I found this out. Thermoregulation is more difficult. The baby apparently has more fat cells on their back than on their front, so they can keep their temperature better when they're facing in. The fabric can dig into the infant's thighs. In the next picture, I'll show you that. They can be overstimulated easily if they're facing out because they can't turn away. Where if they're in a carrier that's facing you, they can turn and look, but when they get overstimulated, turn back and escape. It's harder to see the baby's cues because you can't see their face, you can't see what they're doing as well when they're facing out. It's uncomfortable, just the positioning makes you stand different, and you can't kiss your baby as easy. Like, this is the baby that's facing in and the baby that's facing out, and see how different the mom's standing.
Yeah.
And a baby usually has like a C curve, and this baby is going the opposite way. Do you have any comments on this? On the
You gonna go over any additional ones or no?
No.
Yeah, you pretty much highlighted some of them. As an infant particularly, how easy is it to change an infant's diaper or put clothes on an infant? I mean, what do? Basically, they're like this. They're all scrunched in. So you got to grab that arm, pull it up, and put the arms on or straighten the legs, and you go to try and change the diaper, and they immediately come up like this all the time. So if you put them in this forward-facing position, they're in that natural C-shaped sort of clingy, crunchy. So their hands are a bit crunched in, their arms are in, their legs are in. That's a very protective, warm, comforting environment. And they can also grab onto your shirt, grab onto you. So it's developing some of the muscles, some of the neural connections and stuff like that. When you flip them around and put them in a forward-facing, yeah, the baby's spine is much more upright for one, as opposed to this nice tucked-in C shape like they're used to. The legs do just sort of dangle, so it's almost like they're like this, and that's extremely unnatural. I mean, you never see any babies, unless they're sleeping, just really totally open like that. Plus, you're right, there is not much head support. So as they get older, it's okay to start transitioning into a little more of a forward-facing at that point. What's older? When they start crawling, they're going to start developing a little more of an arch in their lower spine. When they start lifting their head up, they're developing more of an arch in their cervical spine. So when they're a lot more mobile, it would be okay to kind of put them in more of an upright sort of facing out. But those are some of the really big reasons why people say not so much forward-facing. Forward-facing as opposed to back-facing like that. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the mom's posture is a lot different. I don't know if that's just the way she stands.
No, she's definitely because now if you notice the baby's head is in what I would call forward flexion, so it's leaning forward. So the more weight that's in front of mom, the more she has to counterbalance by arching and leaning back, which is why. Plus the legs, you see, I mean everything from her belly and breast forward is the baby. Where when the baby's facing forward, you can see the arms around, the legs are around, and the head's leaning in toward the chest, so it's much less stressful on mom as well.
So that's the presentation. Good luck.